Hello everyone, I'm Shine and you are watching Civil Engineering Tips channel. This is the 9th tutorial of Shear Wall Design in ETABS playlist, and in this tutorial we're going to discuss about labeling pier and spandrel. Until we give label to these walls, ETABS does not consider these walls as shear walls and you cannot design them. ETABS will understand it as simple shell element that carries moment only outer plane. So before we go for analysis and design the shear wall, we need to label them as pier and spandrel. So further ado, let's dive into the main tutorial. Before we label the pier and spandrel, we need to know about the definition of pier and spandrel. What pier and spandrels are actually. Pier and spandrel combinedly form shear wall. If we observe this figure carefully, then we will understand that this is a lift core shear wall. These are openings and these are vertical portion of the lift core, but this small portion is horizontal portion. Similarly, if we go to the upper story, then we will understand that this is the vertical member and this small portion is horizontal member of lift core shear wall. Now the question is, which one is pier and which one is spandrel? This is very simple. The vertical portion of this lift core shear wall is called pier and this horizontal portion of lift core shear wall is spandrel. Now let's differentiate between pier and spandrel. Pier is like column having vertical action that I already said to you. Spandrel is like beam having horizontal action. Generally in shear wall, if there is opening, then above opening the element is considered as spandrel to account coupling beam action. In these figures, we will understand the definition of pier and spandrel more clearly. When we are having shear walls of different shapes and openings, it becomes difficult to identify piers and spandrels. These piers and spandrels are defined by physical boundary. In left figure, these are spandrels or coupling beams, and these hatched areas are spandrels. The white portions are connecting piers. In the right figure, the hatched areas are piers. These are continuous along the height. Now we will discuss about how to assign pier and spandrel labels. In ETABS, when we are designing shear walls, it calculates the required area of rebar for flexure and shear based on defined load combinations. During the modeling process, we model the wall elements and assign them as pier and spandrel. Until we give label to these walls, ETABS does not consider these walls as shear walls and you cannot design them. ETABS will understand it as simple shell element that carries moment only outer plane. We want these walls to act like columns carrying normal forces and moment in plane. So for each vertical and horizontal member of the shear wall, we need to assign pier and spandrel labels correctly. We must have to inform ETABS that this is pier and this is spandrel by labeling them separately. But there are some rules and conditions to assign pier labels and spandrel labels. Those rules and conditions are pointed below. The first point is for different height of pier, assign different pier level. This is the 3D view of lift core shear wall and retaining wall. I have hidden the beams, columns, slabs and other elements to make it easier to assign pier labels and spandrel labels. So the first point was, if the height of the pier is different, then the pier labels will be different too. If we go to this elevation, then we will understand this point much more clearly. For that, we have to go to this elevation. Then we will choose elevation 2 and go for OK option. And let's zoom it a little bit and observe that the height of these piers are different. So the pier labels will be different also. Before we assign the pier level, we have to select that portion and go to this assign option and go for shell, and here we have pier level option. I am clicking on it and here we can see that one pier level is predefined already. So we are selecting that and clicking on apply option. and move this window little bit left side, and we can see that this pier is being labeled as P1 pier. If we want to assign another pier level for the upper pier, then we have to think about the height, as the heights are different, so we have to assign different pier level. Before doing that, we will go to this modify or show definition, then we will make it as P2 and click on this add new name. Then we will get another pier level as P2. I am clicking on OK, and before assigning this P2, we have to select this portion of shear wall and click on apply option. Similarly, this small portion of shear wall of retaining wall has to be labeled as P3, and for that we will click on this modify or show definition and we will rename it as P3 and click on this add new name option and click on OK. And before we assign that, I have to select the shear wall and I will choose P3 and click on apply. Now if we talk about the upper piers, the height of these piers is same, but these three piers are of different height, so we will make 3 pier again and click on OK option, and I will select this pier first and I will choose this P4 and click on OK option, and I will select this pier and I will choose P5 and click on apply, and I will choose this shear wall and select P6 and click on apply option, then click on OK. So the first point was, if the height of the pier is different, then the pier level will be different, and here we got some pier levels on the piers of lift core shear wall. So it was the first point for different height of pier as in different pier level, and the second point is pier of same face of each story, pier level will be same. Piers along same elevation, you can assign same pier level for top to bottom. So if the height of the story is same, then we can assign same pier level on the piers of same face. This is the back side of lift core shear wall, and the height of each story is same here, so we will select them one by one and go to assign and hold the cursor on cell, and we'll get pier level here, and we'll go for modify or show definitions, and here we need a new pier level, that is P7, and we'll click on this add new name and click on OK option, and now we will click on this apply option and click on OK. Now let's discuss about the third point, which is for different pier of same story as in different pier level. For that we will go to this 3D option and we'll zoom it and orbit it a little bit like this. These two shear walls are piers of same story, but they are different piers. This one is on pier and this one is another pier, but they are from same story. For these two piers, we have to assign different pier levels. If we assign same pier level for two piers of the same story, then ETABS will design it as a single shear wall, and they will give the reinforcement for both of piers, which is not correct. So we have to deselect this shear wall first, and we will select this shear wall only, and we will go to this assign option and go to shell and click on pier level. Now we will define a new pier level as P8 and click on this add new name option and click on OK option, and we will select P8 and click on apply. Now we will select this pier and go to modify or show definitions, and we will rename it as P9 and click on add new name option and click on OK, and we will apply it to that shear wall of same story. Similarly, this is the shear wall of same story, and we have to select this shear wall and we'll go to modify or show definition. We will rename it as P10 and click on add new name and click on OK, and we will select P10 and click on apply. The fourth point is for the piers on same plan you cannot assign same pier level. Let's go to plan option and click on the basement 1 level and click on OK. These all shear walls are from same plan, so if we select these shear walls like this and we assign same pier level, that will be incorrect. It is similar to this third point. So before assigning pier levels to these shear walls from same plan, we have to deselect them like this first, and we'll go to assign and click on shell and select pier level, and we will create another new pier as P11 and click on add new name and click on OK, and we'll choose P11 and click on apply, and here we can see that this is labeled as P11 to this shear wall. The fifth point is if we assign same pier level for two pier, it will show combined reinforcement for the whole wall. To understand this fifth point, we will go to this 3D view and zoom it little bit like that. I am repeating the fifth point again, and it is if we assign same pier level for two pier, it will show combined reinforcement for the whole wall. So here it is P8 and it is P9. If I select this shear wall and assign the same pier level as P8, then ETABS will give you combined reinforcement for the whole shear wall. I have discussed it earlier though, but this is very important that shear wall from same plan will be assigned different pier levels. The sixth point is spandrel of same face but different story assign different spandrel level. So we have completed the process of labeling piers already, and now we're going to discuss about spandrel levels. And it says that spandrel of same face but different story assign different spandrel level. So let's go to plan option and go to any level and click on OK, and here we can see that this is a lift core shear wall and this is the face where the opening is, and we have to find them first. For that I'm giving a right click and clicking on set grid system visibility, and we can see that this is point 3, and if we go to elevation and if we choose 3 and click on OK, then we will see that this is the opening and this is spandrel, this is another spandrel, and each story has a singular spandrel here, and this is the same face of the lift core shear wall but the stories are different. So what to do? We have to assign different spandrel level here. Let's assign spandrel level on this story first. I'm selecting this spandrel and clicking on assign option and holding the cursor on shell and going to spandrel level and select S1 and click on apply. So spandrel of same face but the story is different will be different. So we will select this spandrel and create another spandrel level as S2 and click on add new name and click on OK, and I will apply here. Similarly it will be S3. So this is how we assign spandrel and pier level to shear walls correctly. If you assign pier level and spandrel level incorrectly, ETABS will design it incorrectly. So be careful when you are assigning pier and spandrel level to shear walls. This is all for today. Stay happy, stay safe. See you in the next tutorial.